C'est le meilleur endroit pour miner, c'est ici.
Je pense que tout est là, la source d'énergie. Est-ce qu'on capte une énergie pétrole ou charbon, ou est-ce qu'on capte une énergie qui est renouvelable?
I don't care about cryptocurrency operations. My concern is, are you exacerbating climate change?
There's a huge motivation to burn an awful lot of electricity.
The lake is already in enough trouble as it is because of global warming.
That is a disaster.
You're on a property. Get off! Get off!
Okay, it's okay.
No, it isn't okay!
We have a responsibility to the environment, and it's not going well.
How are cryptocurrencies created? And what's all this about them being bad for the environment? We headed out around the globe for a closer look. We start in Iceland, one of the greenest countries on Earth. It's known for its beautiful landscapes, mountains, and breathtaking lakes. It's also a hotspot for farming. Not for livestock, but for cryptocurrency. We were given a peek behind the curtain at one of the biggest crypto mines in Europe. It's run by two Frenchmen, Saimi Barragon and Thibaut Spanier.
Tout est surveillé, c'est gardé H24 tous les jours de l'année, il y a quelqu'un.
We meet in a quiet spot an hour away from Reykjavik.
C'est quasiment militaire. Tout ça a une grande valeur. Hein.
The cacophony comes from 30,000 machines. The roar never stops. The facility runs relentlessly 24/7. It mines and so creates new Bitcoin. Every second, the computers run billions of calculations in a worldwide race to solve problems that are rewarded by Bitcoin.
Dans chaque machine, il y a 3 circuits imprimés. Et sur chaque circuit imprimé, il y a entre 200 et 300 processeurs. Et chaque processeur est designé pour travailler l'algorithme de Bitcoin. Et donc ils vont chercher des solutions aux problèmes mathématiques que le réseau pose. Ce problème mathématique, en gros, il sert à valider des transactions sur Bitcoin. Et à chaque fois qu'une de ces machines va trouver une solution, elle va en gros gagner des Bitcoins. Là, un bâtiment comme celui-ci, il va miner 2-3 Bitcoins par jour.
The machines run hot and have to be cooled down. That's one of the reasons the French duo chose Iceland. Annual average temperatures here range between 23 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So finding cool air here is pretty cheap.
Là, on va rentrer dans le couloir d'air froid. Du coup, on a le froid islandais qui arrive de dehors. Donc on n'utilise pas de clim ni rien. Ça s'appelle du free cooling.
The method uses naturally cold air from outside to cool down the machines. It goes through grids and is filtered before chilling the machines. Warmed air then flows back outside. The electricity used is renewably produced. It comes from hydroelectric and geothermal power plants like this one, which is only a few kilometers away from the mining farm. The heat that comes from the subsurface of the Earth is used to drive turbines connected to an electricity generator. The French company has no regrets over choosing Iceland.
Le mining, ça peut créer effectivement des désastres écologiques selon dans quel pays on se situe, pour la simple et bonne raison que le Bitcoin demande d'employer de l'énergie. En Islande, l'énergie, elle est de qualité. On est sûr de l'origine de l'énergie, puisque l'Islande reste une île géante. Donc on sait que tout est énergie green, 100% renouvelable. L'énergie, elle est tellement abondante qu'elle est bon marché. En France, on est à peu près à 15-16 centimes d'euros par kilowattheure. En Allemagne, on est à peu près à 18 centimes. En Espagne, en Italie, on est autour de ces prix-là. En Islande, on est à peu près entre 5 et 7 centimes d'euros par kilowattheure. Donc au-delà de tous les autres aspects écologiques, techniques, maintenance informatique, longévité, juste par rapport au prix, c'est une évidence.
Mining farms are found all around the world. On this global map of Bitcoin production, the darker the country, the more Bitcoin is mined. The US is the #1 destination for miners. It overtook China After Beijing forbid mining in June, the United States now hosts more than 35% of the world's Bitcoin production. In Dresden, New York State, a huge mining operation near Seneca Lake is powered by fossil fuels. Unlike in Iceland, this farm has a damaging environmental impact. It relies on a coal-burning electricity plant that's been here since the 1950s. Critics of the operation say that owners were not transparent about their plans.
A company bought the plant for not very much money because it was dead, and sought a license from the state of New York to bring it back into operation to generate electricity for the public. That went on for a few years. And then the organization that owns the plant changed their mind. It's important to note that they changed their business plan. When they applied for the permits and the licenses, they said, we're going to generate electricity for the public. That's all we're going to do. But within 2 years, they said, no, we're going to become a cryptocurrency operation. And that's where the problem started.
We tried to talk to the manager.
Hey there.
You're on our property. Get off.
We,
Yeah, get off. Get off. Get off.
Okay, it's okay. We
No, it isn't okay.
But he didn't want to speak to us. The plant uses Seneca Lake's water for cooling and draws it in through this huge pipe. Hot wastewater is then dumped back into the lake. Locals say that they've seen devastating changes to their environment. Lynn Crave settled here 21 years ago and doesn't dare go into the water anymore.
They discharge hot water down into this outlet, and at times it is registered 104 degrees. So it's almost like you're in a hot tub. And, you know, the fish, I don't see near the fish population that I used to. To have what I call virtual currency, I mean, it's kind of crazy. And the amount of power, this area should definitely be considered off limits for that type of stuff. I mean, the lake is already in enough trouble as it is because of global warming.
Locals are trying to shut the plant down and have written letters to the governor of New York. But so far, nothing has been done. Eileen Moreland has lost hope.
Unfortunately, if you're just an ordinary citizen, nobody listens to you. These people don't care about what they're doing to the lake. They're very aggressive and very obnoxious. I mean, this is a big lake. I understand that. But I also understand that we have a responsibility to the people who live here, to the environment, and this is not it's not going well. And everybody says, oh, everybody's so happy. I mean, Bitcoin is up to $67,000 for one Bitcoin. Maybe I feel badly that I didn't invest in it. But I still don't understand. All I know is that it uses an enormous amount of electricity, which is not something that was intended in the beginning.
People here say that they're worried that more plants like this one will spring up around the US. That possibility has become more likely since China's crypto mining ban.
So there were tens of thousands of these supercomputer modules that got shipped out of China, many of them coming to the US, and they're still coming. So if what we're seeing happen here becomes countrywide and dozens or hundreds of former power plants that were shut down, now begin operations again, burning coal and or natural gas, we have a huge increase in greenhouse gases for profit. Is that a disaster? Yes, in my opinion.
Lorsqu'il y a une transformation énergétique, j'entends par là le fait de prendre de l'énergie à un endroit lors d'une production pour ensuite faire tourner des machines. C'est le cas de toutes nos machines à laver, c'est le cas de tous les ordinateurs qu'on a à la maison, c'est le cas de prenez les data centers dans le monde. Mais finalement, on attire plus les projecteurs sur Bitcoin parce que c'est nouveau, parce qu'on ne comprend pas encore l'impact positif de Bitcoin. Et je pense qu'un jour, effectivement, il y aura de moins en moins de questionnements critiques sur l'impact Bitcoin. Mais cela étant, il faut continuer de se poser la question, je ne dis pas le contraire.